Chris Sewall here, baseball card collector, investor, dealer in that order. Welcome everyone to another PSA reveal video. This was a 34 card order. It's mostly modern, and these were sent in at the bulk level. When I sent them in, that was $18 a card. That's still what the bulk level is today, although now they have a $15 option that these could have been sent in if I had sent these in today. But I sent these in a few months ago at the bulk level, which was $18. And I think it took something like 2 or 3 months to get back to me door to door. The bulk service comes with a max declared value of $200, or maybe it's $199. And I definitely have some cards in this order that are worth more than $200, but I did not get upcharged on any of them. Again, they usually don't upcharge you unless it's pretty extreme. They didn't here, and I don't know if you just saw there, but there was some cardboard. That means at least one card in the order came back, not original or altered or something like that. In this case, it was just one card, but we'll go over that when we get to it. And just to be clear, since a lot of people ask, when I do these reveal videos, the video you're seeing is actually me opening the package for the first time, seeing the grades for the first time. But the voice you're hearing, that's been added afterwards. I record my voice at a different time from when I open the package. And as I've been doing with most of my reveal videos lately, I predicted ahead of time what I thought I would get. I usually give it a 2 grade range. And these were all modern cards, so I was basically looking for a 9 or a 10 on almost every card. A few maybe a little bit less, but basically 9 or 10 on everything. And as I did in my last reveal video, I also sort of did the financial breakdown of how I did at the end. So each card you'll see what it was worth before I sent it in, how much the fee was, and now what is it worth now that it's in the PSA holder, and you can get a sense for whether it was a smart move to send each card in. Here's a 2003 Top Trumps Beyonce. This is our first card, I believe, 2003. I like sending stuff like this in. I mean, it probably isn't worth a lot, but it has a really low pop, and she doesn't have very many cards, so stuff like this, I think you can sort of set your own price to some level. Here's a Lewis Hamilton, same sort of thing. 2009 Top Trumps Lewis Hamilton, the most popular Formula One racer, and this is, I think, his second card. He's got a 2006 Futera. This is his 2009. I don't know that he has any other cards before this. Maybe he does that I'm not familiar with. Got a PSA 7. You can see the Beyonce I had put 8 or 9 on the sheet, got a 9. And the Hamilton, I was looking for an 8 or 9, and it actually got a 7. So, but I don't know that the difference in value between a 7 or an 8 is really that much. Again, it's a very low pop card. It's not a particularly valuable card anyway, so not a particularly big deal on that one. Here's an Ike Hilliard rookie, 1997 Skybox EX2000 Essential Credentials. I got a bunch of these in a collection. I actually did a video about it. And these are really, really beautiful cards. They're numbered out of 99, but man, I got killed on all of them that I sent in. That one I got a 7 on, looking for an 8 or 9. Here's a Jordan insert. It's 1997 Upper Deck Teammates, and this one got a 9, and I was looking for a 9 or 10. Definitely looking for 10s on a lot of this stuff. A few 10s is all you sort of need to make the order a nice hit order. Again, another Essential Credentials. This one, Eddie George, gets a 7. These all look just perfect to me. Maybe the tiniest bit centering issues, but every one I've sent in I just got killed on. I don't know what I'm missing on these, but I got a lot of 7s, a lot of 8s, the occasional 9, but to me they look like 9s and 10s. I don't know why. I just got killed on all of them. Even like looking really close at them, I didn't see issues along the edges. Here's another one. This one got an 8. This is a Ray Caruth rookie, 8. Again, these are numbered out of 99, and yeah, I don't really know how to explain how I've done so bad. I've probably sent in like 30 of them now, and they're almost all 7s and 8s, whereas to me they look like they're essentially packed fresh mint. So I'm obviously just missing something regarding the Essential Credentials. Here's our first 10. This is a 1996 Finest Gold Refractor, Greg Maddux. It's a nice hit. And this a 10 on a card like this is a huge added value. Like, in a 9, you probably almost are sort of breaking even, but in a 10, you're going to get a big boost. So like I said, sometimes you only just need a few 10s to sort of make the order really, really nice. Here's a 2005 Panini Donruss. This is actually a press-proof gold. It's serial numbered out of 99. And it got a 9 for Lionel Messi, and I'll probably hold on to this. I tend to hold on most Lionel Messi or sort of earlier Lionel Messi cards, low serial numbered stuff like that, just as a hunch that he may be, his cards may go up down the road, but who knows. Here's another soccer card, 2016 Panini Select Gold Prizm. This is Eden Hazard, superstar for Belgium, and I think these are numbered out of 10. And this got a PSA 10. Yeah, this is a card that I don't know how you would price this. There's certainly going to be no comps on it, but yeah, PSA 10 with the World Cup coming in. I did send in a bunch of soccer recently, as I suspect soccer will see a little bit of a bump during the World Cup. Here's another early Messi, 2015 Panini Select Ultimate Team Blue Prism. It's a color match with Argentina jersey. Serial numbered out of 299, and yeah, this one got a 10 as well. So that one will also go into my, I guess we'll call it medium-term holds for my Lionel Messi stuff. Here's a PC card for me, 1996 Select Certified Mirror Blue Cal Ripken Jr. I think these had a print run of, I want to say 60, but it might have been 90. It was either 60 or 90. These are really rare cards, and they have like a refractor front. They're not serial numbered, but that was the stated print run. They're really rare, obviously, and yeah, really nice looking cards. And that one got a 9. So my boy Cal, that'll go into my PC, my Cal Ripken PC. Here's a 1999 UD Century Legends Kobe Bryant. It's actually got Michael Jordan on the back. That was a nice Kobe and Jordan card. Not many cards with both of them on it. Got a 9. This is the kind of card where you hit a 10, it's a big boost. 9's probably going to be like a... probably will still be a boost with the 9, but 10 would be what you're really going for on that. Here's a Jordan that did get a 10. 2009 Upper Deck, now appearing. It's sort of a cool black and white image on there, and it got a 10. And yeah, this is probably one that I probably could have gotten upcharged for, as it's certainly worth more than $200 in the PSA 10 holder. But yeah, they didn't upcharge me anything here. Another Jordan that got a 10. 1997 Stadium Club Hoops Screams. And again, a 10, yeah, doing well here and doing much better than usual on this modern order. Recently my modern orders have not seen very many 10s. I've already gotten, looks like 5 10s so far through this order. Here's a Ken Griffey Jr. and got another 10. 1996 Upper Deck Amazing Greats die cut. This is just a random insert, and it's actually serial numbered out of 250. So this is probably I don't know how you're going to value that up. There's probably not going to be a lot of comps, but that's probably a pretty rare insert. In a PSA 10, I'm going to guess the pop count's super low, especially because it's die cut. Die cut stuff is also harder to get in 10s usually because it's just more easily having been chipped along the borders and edges. 2016 Panini Prizm Silver Prism Harry Kane. He's one of the top strikers in the world for England. PSA Mint 9. That's his first Prizm card. Yeah, there's another card that I'll sell during the World Cup, as I imagine there'll be some buzz around basically every team for playing in the World Cup, including England. Here's another one, 2015 Panini Select Blue Prism, Robert Lewandowski, one of the top players in the world for Poland. This gets a 10, and I think these are numbered out of 299, and this is his first standard American set that he's in, 2015 Select. He's got plenty of cards before that from European brand issues, but like I said, his first sort of standard American set. All right, let's bring up this next stack. So far, doing excellent. Other than those essential credentials, which I never do well on. Everything else has been extremely good. I had 4 Buster Posey 2010 Topps rookies and did extremely well on all of them. 10, 10, 10, and 10. Can't ask for better than that. 4 Buster Posey Topps rookies, all 4 of them got 10s. I looked these over really closely, and they were all basically perfect to my eye, but I kind of assumed maybe a 10 and 3 9s, or maybe at best 2 and 2. So obviously that was a nice little surprise to get 4 10s on the Buster Posies. And I will say that after the pandemic, when I started submitting cards to PSA again, and I was just not getting any 10s, and I was noticing that they were just much stricter giving out 10s, I've since then gotten a lot stricter myself. Like, I look over cards a lot closer. I weed out a lot of cards with minor issues, much more so. So, I'm sure that's playing a big part here as to why I'm getting a much better percentage of 10s. These cards here are sort of strange. 2003 Campione di Futuro. This is Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and this is one of his first cards from 2003. I had 5 of them and did pretty well here. Got 2 10s, 2 9s, and an 8. I got these extremely cheap a long time ago. I bought like a large lot of these on eBay for probably like $1 a card, something like that. And they were all just super sharp, and there were, tons of major, it was all soccer players. There was tons of major soccer stars, obviously 5 Ibrahimovics. There are actually a bunch more, but these were the 5 that I thought were the sort of the sharpest. And there's not going to really be any comps on this stuff because they're pretty low pops. Here's 4 more from Ronaldinho. Got a 10, a 9, a 9, and an 8. And Ibrahimovic for Sweden and Ronaldinho for Brazil are 2 of the best soccer players of the 21st century. They don't have, and these are both early year cards without a lot of pop. So I don't know what these will go for, but given what I'm in them for, I'm sure I'm going to do, pretty well on them. There's not a lot of demand for these cards. They're sort of oddball items, but there's also not a lot of supply. So it's a low supply, low demand type of situation. And I like low supply, low demand situations, as you can often sort of be in charge of the price you ask. Here's an Aaron Donald. This was a disappointing grade. 2014 Topps Chrome Orange Refractor. I'm a believer in Aaron Donald long term, but this was not the grade I was hoping for. Looking for a 9 or a 10. It got an 8. I think it's maybe the little tiniest bit off center, left to right, but I didn't really see anything else wrong with the card. So I thought an 8 was a tough grade, but I'm not going to complain based on how the rest of the order's gone so far. Here's the one card they didn't grade, and yeah, this I just sort of sent in as a flyer. I didn't know what this was. It's a 2001 Britney Spears card, and it looked like it might have been from like her company or something. I don't know. I couldn't find any information on it, and they've deemed it not a legit card, which I guess they've deemed it as a guy in his garage putting this together, and that's fine because I don't know. I don't know that that's not the case. I looked at the pop report before sending it in. They had never graded one, so I was sort of hoping that this would be the first, and then I could list it as a Britney Spears, first year card, pop 1. That's something you can set your own asking price. And the order is going to finish on 3 ladies, and the ladies did not do very well for me. Britney Spears didn't grade. The Cheryl Swoops here got a 7. I was looking for an 8 or a 9. This is the first year of any WNBA set. 1997 Pinnacle inside WNBA. And this is a Cheryl Swoops. This is a rare parallel. It's called Executive Collection. Those are really, really tough. But yeah, looking for an 8 or 9 on Cheryl Swoops, who's an all-time great basketball player, but yeah, got a 7. And same thing here, Ahsoka Tano from 2008 Top Star Wars. If you're a big fan of Star Wars, Ahsoka Tano's become a major character in the franchise, and I think she's going to be a major character in the franchise moving forward. So actually, you've started sending in some of her first year cards, which is 2008. This is a rare sticker with a super low pop, but got a 7. I mean, this is stuff there's no price comps on, but stuff you can set your own asking price. You may or may not get whatever a high asking price you're looking for. But anyway, looking over the order here, looks like I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 cards below my expected grades, and then a nice healthy mix of the high end and low end of my my expectations. So I would call this a very successful order. All right, now we're going to run through the value added to each card by sending it in for grading here. And a number of you left last time in the comments that I'm not factoring in things like seller fees, and that's true. Just kind of keeping it simple for now. If you want me to get more complicated with it moving forward, let me know in the comments, and I'll certainly consider that. But for this Robert Lewandowski, for example, this was basically a $10 card raw. It came with an $18 grading fee, but I'm putting $20 grading fee because you do have to pay shipping and insurance both directions. And when you factor all that in, it's probably closer to $20. And now that it's in a PSA 10 holder, it's about a $50 card. So if you factor all of that in, I added $20 to the card by getting it graded. I also think that's probably a low estimate because with the World Cup coming up, I expect the card to get a bit of a bump during the World Cup. Here's the Harry Kane, similar thing, except it got a 9, so the graded value is more like $30. This is essentially a break even. The 4 Ronaldinhos sell for about $20 raw in mintish condition, and there's no comps here, so I estimated the 10 will sell for 100, and the 2 9s will sell for 50, and the 8 will sell for 25. That's basically just a guess, but add all that up, and I'm estimating $65 in added value here. Similar on the 5 Ibrahimoviches. I don't know the comps, but I guessed $100 for the 10s and $50 for the 9s. So that's $150 of added value on the 5 Ibrahimoviches. On the 4 Busted Posies, they sell for about $100 each. I was actually surprised that was all they sold for. I thought they sold for quite a bit more, but still did pretty well here. $260 in added value by sending them in. The essential credentials, no surprise, were not very good. I mean, a lot of these numbers are estimated because these are very rare cards, so it's tough to say what they would sell for. But a raw, it sells for about $50. I'm gonna assume in the PSA 7 it's also going to sell for about $50. So that's a $20 loss. Basically, spent the grading fee for nothing. Same thing on the Eddie George. Again, in a 7, it's probably about $50 would be my guess. In the 8, the one that got the 8, I would guess is more like $75. And so there you go. Added $5 to this card to getting it graded. Now, if it had been a 9 or a 10 or any of these, they would have added some notable amount. The 1997 Jordan Teammates card getting a 9 was basically a break even. So there's a lot of cards in this category. This is a good card to look at real quick. There's a lot of sort of inserts from the 90s in particular that aren't worth a whole lot. This is a $10 card raw. But if you can pull a 10, it can be big money, whereas a 9 is essentially going to be a break-even situation. I don't know what a 10 would go for, but I'm if this had gotten a 10, I'm probably up over $100. So if you if you are confident that it will get a 9 or a 10, it's worth sending in. Even, you know, you get the 9, it's a break even. Worst case, you get the 10 and you're up big. So I do send a lot of cards in like that. Often they come back 9s and they're break evens, and so, you know, the initial reaction is like, why'd you send that in? But, you know, you're sort of gambling here, looking for the upside of the 10. Here's a Jordan that did get the 10. 1997 Stadium is another example. 1997 Stadium Club Hoop Screams. It's just a $30 card raw, but here in a 10, it's, you know, close to a $400 card. So if you think the card has a chance at a 10, this is like a no-brainer to send in. It's, you know, plus 325, and this is one of the cards that could have gotten upcharged, but didn't, since it's worth more than 200. Here's another example of the Jordans. This is only a $55 card raw, but it's close to a $500 PSA 10. So added $400 by sending it in. This Kobe Jordan card is just a $10 card raw, but in the 9 holder I've added $55. The Aaron Donald is actually a loss, and it's unfortunate because this is rookie. I sort of hold on to a lot of nicer Aaron Donald rookies. Would have loved this to be a 9 or a 10, but looking at it here, you can see it is a little off center. Essentially a $10 loss from having sent it in. This Griffey, I have no idea what this would sell for. Actually, I don't know what it would sell for raw either. I sort of had to guess. It's really, really rare. It's numbered at a 250, which doesn't sound that rare, but cards from, you know, the 90s at a 250 are often sort of not popping up very much. So I'm going to guess it's a $600 card in the 10 holder, and that added $400+ from the grading. The Greg Maddux was a nice hit, plus 180, and actually this would have been a loss in a 9, believe it or not. The Cal Ripken, the numbers don't really matter because it's a PC card, but just put it on here for the sake of the video, plus 230. The Lionel Messi here, plus 30. The other Lionel Messi, plus about 80. I would have thought that would have been a better result. I thought it would have been worth more in a PSA 10, but yeah, only $175. Eden Hazard, no idea what this will sell for. I put $100. I actually think I'll be able to get quite a bit more as, again, gold prism at a 10, pop. I think it's a pop 1, so I can ask a very high asking price for it. The Beyonce was plus 100. The Lewis Hamilton was actually a loss, $10 loss. I'm surprised this card doesn't sell for more. His 2006, Futera card sells for like 10 grand in a PSA 8. I don't know why. This is his second card, as far as I understand. I don't know why it's so much ridiculously cheaper, but yeah, $10 loss on the Lewis Hamilton. The Cheryl Swoops, about a break even, and the Ahsoka Tano, a slight loss. And the Britney Spears, actually, there was no PSA fee for this one, as if PSA deems a card not gradable, like it's a brand they won't grade, then they don't charge you. And in fact, actually, if they deem a card is miscut from the factory, they also won't charge you. That's something I've gotten wrong in a couple of my previous videos. So those are two examples where they don't grade you, they don't charge you. They will charge you if it's like trimmed or altered, and there's some other categories. I'm not sure where things fall. But for this one, I put $2 as the fee because, again, they didn't charge me, but I did have to send it, ship it, insure it both ways. And raw value, $5. I mean, realistically, this card's worth nothing. But regardless, a $2 loss on the Britney Spears. So add all that up, and the total added value to this order was $2,300. That means basically I'm going to be making $2,300 more than because I got them graded than I would be if I had sold them raw. And again, that doesn't factor in things like fees and your time. So understand that. But one thing to note is that the majority of the added value here was in just a few cards, like 5 cards or so, if you look at the sheet. And that's often the case for me with modern orders sent in at the bulk level. I'll send in a 30-card order, a 50-card order, or whatever. And I'm really just looking to hit a few 10s and sort of looking to more or less break even or slight gains on all the other stuff. And you often don't know which one's going to hit the 10s, right? Because who knows what PSA's eye sees that you're not seeing. But that's kind of what happened here, right? About 5 of the cards are like 75% of the value, and for the most part on all the other stuff you're sort of breaking even or small gains, and that's okay if you think of the order as a whole. Like if you look at any one card, you can find lots of one cards to complain about. But if you look at the order as a whole, that was sort of what I was going for, and that's basically what I hit. And that's, like I said, sort of my strategy often when it comes to sending in modern cards at the bulk level. But that's it. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and as always, let me know if you have any questions about any of the cards in this order or any of my strategy, whatever, in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them. Until next time, have a great day, stay safe, eat your vegetables, etc. Thanks everyone.